life with mini me for the hour. Going to be doing some readings for whoever would like today. It's been a long and rainy day here in KC, a challenging day out there as well. I'll say more about it later on, obviously, but there's the tragedy that took place today in Texas. I don't like to ignore these things. I don't like to give too much energy to them either. But getting towards the end of this session today, I would like to, just anyone that's still on, I would like to just take a few moments and say some prayers. Breathe together for a few moments. Prayers and intentional conscious breathing for the difficult things that happen in the world is not idle, it's not lazy, it's not sugarcoating, it's not BS, it's none of these things. You've got to change something at the level of consciousness first before support, solution, help can be received at the physical level. That's why to pray for things. It's also why not to just pray for things. You pray for things, then you do something. Okay, you pray and then you take action. Right, both together, not one without the other, for real change, and so on. Anyhow. So that's it. That's in the air today, and difficult not to be affected by it. And so we're going to be doing some readings for you today, and Sophia's going to be giving some advice, I hope. As you wish. Just a pleasure to have you here. That's all I'm saying. If this is anyone's first time doing this with us, I should say, all you need to do, any questions you've got, just put them in the comments box there. I'm just going to go through them one by one, and I'll get through as many as I can. Just share with you before I get started, I have a retreat coming up in September. It's actually the first one I've ever done in this country. 4 or 5 days in Arkansas in September. The point and purpose of it is to be sharing some tools and tips, activities, metaphysical principles to just bring ease to any and every area of your life there. I will be channeling, I will be doing activation, sound healing, and so on. We will be going crystal mining because that's really where the elemental and the physical meet in the best way. We'll be going to hot springs too. Food is included, accommodations included. It's on the website. So you just go to my website and look for the retreat. It's there. So I can take 15, 20 people if you're interested. You know where it is. All right. So without further ado, let's see what we got today. So good. Hello, Renee. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Angie. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Donna. Hello, Alexander. Okay. So, Alexander. This is an Alexander. No, we have an Alexander. All right. So cool. Mama asked for a reading. She's curious about our dog, Mateo, that passed away, who was really attached to. She wants to know if he's with her and why he passed so fast. Okay. Lovely question. So it's funny, sometimes this isn't rocket science, so get a card like that. Oh, if only there was a sign. So yes, Mateo is around, not all of the time though. Not all of the time. It's not like a presence that's going to be following either or both of you around all the time. Definitely some of the time, yes. That's a little being that has other things to do as well. And he's equally with your mother. So just to be clear on that. Why did you leave so quickly? Love is a funny thing, and love will show up for love, and love will walk away as well, both for very needed and very conscious reasons. And the reason why he left so soon is actually to bring together and closer you and your mother. That's literally what I'm looking at here. And my deepest my deepest condolences. It is tough to lose an animal, because with an animal, we just got the love. We just got the unconditional love. We didn't have any of the arguments, any of the disagreements, any of the boundaries crossing. None of that. We just got love, and it's difficult to lose an animal. It's I don't think that's given enough thought to. So anyway, I'm sorry to hear that, Alexander. It's difficult to lose an animal. It is. All right, on we go. Michelle, Natasha. What did I say? Control will our farmhouse be out of Oklahoma? Yeah. It's the music on. Okay. Do you know, Natasha, I'm not getting a clear reading on that. I don't think that is the, let me turn that down a bit. I don't think that is the key issue here. What I'm actually getting is something to do with animals. I don't know if you have or are planning to have animals, but it's more about suitability for. I'm not saying livestock or anything like that, but a couple of animals. I'm feeling it's more the area, the region you're looking at. It's more supportive to the animals you have or you're going to have. That seems to be the thing. And water. That's come up a couple of times. So I wanted to check. So that's what I'm saying. It's not forming clearly in my head right now, but I feel like we are here in Kansas City. We're very close to the state line. I'm feeling that kind of area. So it's not about got to be in or got to be out of Oklahoma, but more about function, suitability, practicality, and something about animals and water as well. So sorry I can't give you a specific one, but maybe just isn't time yet to know that. Okay, Angie. Oh, Sandy says hi.
Hi.
Angie, do I see you leaving a job sometime soon? Do you think Angie's going to leave her job soon?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Okay. That's perfectly fair. I don't know either yet. Okay. Angie, I do. I certainly see it this year. I'm going to recommend to you that it be in late summer, early fall. I feel like you want to go. I feel like you've got a foot out the door. But in terms of things that need to be completed, you know what I'm talking about. I don't recommend you leave very soon, just because you leave prematurely with these things, you're not creating the same thing again, and you don't want that. You don't want that. I mean, I can even with your question, I feel like you've asked a question about your workplace 7 or 8 times in the last couple of years. So I get a sense of what it's like there. Anyway, I do see you leaving soon. Soon is an amorphous word, but I would recommend it in late summer, early fall. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Selena, do I see you in your love life? It's warm down here, isn't it? Is it just me? No. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, Selena, so this is interesting because I do see someone around at the moment. Yet, I always pay attention when 2 cards come down at the same time, and this is what I'm going to show you what came down, right? So I do see a gentleman, but it's how I see you. And if I may be so bold, you're asking for something that I don't think you're ready or prepared for. And I don't like to be so blunt, but I'd rather say that, have you maybe get annoyed with me for a bit, but then reflect and maybe unwind and unravel something so that you can be ready and you can be prepared. But that's what I'm looking at the moment. I'm going to get shown a trajectory here. I'm going to get shown a certain path, and I would, the eight of swords. If you're familiar with the cards, and I can't remember if you are or not. This is a mindset. This is a perspective thing, and you can get yourself out of that. If it were, if I was looking at cups or something, that would be a bit more, bit muddier, as it were. But you can get yourself out of that and into a mindset you want to be in. There's a teacher of mine. She talk about wanting to want things as opposed to just wanting them. We want something, we don't get it. But sometimes we want to want something. We like the idea of something more than the reality of it. And I just want to offer to you that I think that's where you are right now, so that you can move out of it. Yeah. You good one? You want to stay down here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just don't want you to be bored.
No. No, it's fine.
Okay. And change the song. There we go. It's a nice song. Okay. Okay. Amy, a quick general read. All right, so just very quickly, Amy, what I'm looking at here is the the distinction between how maybe other people see us and how other people see our life is going versus how we do. So I'm looking at you creating things, looking at you giving things, looking at that outflow, that very instinctual outflow to people, very kind, very loving. I'm also looking at your own, when you're by yourself, the things that you judge yourself for and turn energy back in on yourself for, and I'm seeing that. So what I would say to you, since you just asked for a general reading, is put yourself in, think of the first like 7 people that come to your mind, okay? And I'm happy to be one of them, right? Just, I don't know why 7, but more or less, whatever you want to do. 7 people that care about you. See yourself through our eyes, okay? See yourself through our eyes and how we might feel about you, how we might see you, and the things that the things you say, the things you do, the things you make happen, and so on. See yourself that way for a while. And so I'm saying, don't just see yourself through other people's eyes, but make it a few people so that you can have that momentum, because I don't want you to be feeling like how I'm seeing you feeling. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Do you see anything on your future work-wise? And is there anything I can be telling you about this? No? Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't know. You might be looking at what I'm doing and want to know about it. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is Daddy's friend Nellie, and she's asked about her work. Right. So I'm not sure what I'm going to see yet, but. Okay, so first thing I want to do is see if how it generally looks, and I like this. Okay. So Nellie, the foundation of this reading about your work it's really good. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. That's what I want to see. The middle card though, the Queen of Cups. You see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Queen of Cups, though, I don't know that I see you very challenged. Maybe it's a little bit too easy. I'm interested though in the outcome card, which is the Ace of Cups, which tells me one of 2 things, and I can't get into super massive detail right now, but it tells me one of 2 things, either of which are good. One is that it's a new opportunity somewhere else, or it's not a rediscovery. It's something new where you are, and either way, that's a good thing. I pulled another card on the Ace of Cups. Just wanted to see what direction it was in, and I don't get much on it, but I do get the card of the Lovers, which for me in this context is about bringing the feminine and the masculine together. And so in grounded terms, that would look like you're actually getting some ideas put into action, getting more of a say, bringing more of yourself into your work. And so I don't have clarity on whether it's a new position or something new where you already are, but both of those look really good to me. So yay. Okay, this is Renee. I moved interstate and will be moving to my new share house in June. You'll be a live-in nanny. Cool. We could do a live-in nanny, couldn't we?
Where is that?
I don't know. She hasn't said. And looking for additional work also. Do you see it all working out well and me being happy? Okay. Yes, I like this. What I'm getting here, Renee, is you do well around youth. That's the root of this card, but it's the beingness, it's the essence of it. Okay, of this spread. You do well around youth and children and everything. What I'm really happy to see is the outcome card, which is the 9 of Cups, and in vernacular, some of us readers call this card "wishes fulfilled," and that is to say, I do see this position is going to be everything you want it to be. So so are you happy? Happy? Yes, that's your question. Happy? Fulfilled? Yes. The money looks good enough, I'll say. So, dollar. Will I overcome these current personal challenges and obtain my career goal? I'm sorry you're having challenges, Doria. I like this song. Can you hear that? That's cellos. Cello. Okay. That took me a while because I didn't ask the right question. Those are two different questions. Let me go to the second one first. Meeting your career goals, yes, 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 and yes. The whatever is going on challenge-wise, I'm not seeing that resolved super soon as I would like to. So I needed to break those down. I don't mean to be blunt. I don't mean to be tactless, Doria. That's not my thing. I do see your career goals. Absolutely, you're really very supported with that. Can I just offer you something though? This isn't an obvious thing to say, but with regards to challenges, it's very important. It's very important to bring it in. Okay, we're going through a challenge outside, the awful things that happened today, and so on. We've got to look at what that is resonating in us. The more that we want to go to, they did this to me, or they're doing that, and so on. That we don't have any control over that. We don't have any. It's hard to take responsibility about they. We can take responsibility about we, and there we can change it, and that's where a challenge begins to morph into an opportunity, right? Because that's where I'm seeing the sticking point here. I'm not seeing the sticking point with your career, actually. All right. This card is about emotional challenge, and often things seeming worse than they actually are. Just telling you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this is Joe. Oh, there is Joelle. Do I see this flare-up of sciatica related to your upcoming move to a new home? Sciatica is nerve pain. Very painful. But sometimes things going on in our lives can aggravate that, can make it happen. Joelle, this isn't about the move. I mean, there's a hint of that in there. This is about one of your friends. And I've just even got the faintest memory if you're talking about this, but it's about a friend. It's about something that happened to a friend. It's not about the move so much. So perhaps you might want to do a cord cutting. I mean, that's a good idea to do anyway, but that's where it's hit you. And now I'm seeing it. It makes sense because it's gone to the central nervous system, hasn't it? Yeah, but it's not about the move. No, the move looks very supported. Yeah. Okay, Julie. Looking into medium work, wondering if it is something I should intently focus on or if I'm reaching. Intently focus on if I'm reaching. I'm not sure what you mean by reaching, but let's just have a look. Mediumship. You know what mediumship is? Mediumship is it's a wonderful ability. It's people that can connect with or communicate with people who have passed on. I know quite a few mediums.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Julie, there's a bit of both here. And I want to say to you, lean into it. There's an ability, but there's also a you're saying reaching. I'm going to go with your word, okay? So, but you know what? Use that. I do find that spirit, God, you call it what you want to call it, uses whatever our particular avenue of inclination is. So if it looks, cool or interesting or someone you really respect does it, and that's forming some of your intention, then go with that, right? Because spirit can use that, right? It can be it's a point of service. I do see it taking a while. So if I can just say to you, be patient. Don't go into it with need, with lack. Go into it with curiosity, passion, service, and connection. Yeah. Hello, Shirley. There we go. Okay. Shirley's asked about her health. Shirley, I need to ask if I can even ask this question. That's good. May I ask about Shirley's health? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, yes, I can. Okay. Okay. These are all major cards. In the tarot, there's 22 majors, and the rest of them are minors. And the majors are, let's say, all spirit driven. You pay attention when there's majors, and these are all majors. Maybe explain that later. Yeah, so Shirley, there is something to look for here. I'm challenged with this type of question only because we can't have the back and forth. So I get that something's cleared, and that's great, but there is something indeed on the way. I wonder if it's inflammation related. were we to have a longer to talk, and I'm not suggesting we need to, I would be looking at the different systems of the body, and I don't have the time to do that right now. But I do think you're aware of something, and I do think you should have that checked out. Yeah. I don't have a concern when I look at this, but I do see something flaring up. You have it checked out now. You can catch it because the cards around it are good. If you're into these things, Shirley, it's the outcome card I'm looking at here is the Tower, right? Something is getting cleared out. To me, it looks like inflammation. I'm wondering if it's autoimmune related, but you're aware of something. Go take responsibility, have it checked out. The cards around it are looking good, right? So I'm optimistic as I look at this. Okay. Oh, people are saying they feel your sweet face. I feel your sweet face too.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. They don't say they feel my sweet face. No one says that. Where are we? Karen, where do you go with your teaching yoga? Okay, so there's two things I want to say, Karen, because there's something I'm getting here, and I feel it's going to take a while. Part of me wants to say take a break from it, but not an idle or intentionless break. Far from it. Your choice of words is interesting. You said teaching yoga, and the change I see showing up for you right now. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Can you see the book there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is a very powerful feminine card, right? What I'm seeing here is you shifting from teaching yoga how other people teach it to teaching what yoga means to you. And there's going to be more information conveyed in that, in with the lifestyle, in with the poses and so on, but more information coming through that. And so it's you as a teacher is blossoming, but that's going to take a little while. And I actually suggest, if you can, you take a break from teaching to understand, to let it evoke from you. Sometimes we've got to do that. Sometimes we've got to do that as teachers. We've got to just stop for a while. And like I stopped doing this for a couple of months back in November. I was like, no, I need to stop and come back fresher, different frequency and so on. Now you do all of that, and I feel there's, not that you're in it for the money, but I feel there is more compensation there for you, because you're bringing more of yourself and therefore value to it. So it may not in the fullness of time look vastly different, but I'm just seeing you sharing more, saying more, speaking more, giving more in that sense. And it's not rote information. It's your own wisdom. And you're going to find yourself picking up information about people as you're working with the person or working with the group there. So I think enough to be getting on with there for you. Okay, Bridget. All right. So what's coming through here for you, Bridget, is when you get. I'm seeing what makes you close down. All right, and there is an irony of me saying this, but one of the things I see you closing down sometimes around men. So it's ironic that I'm saying this, but I hope you can hear the message and separate that from the messenger. Okay, I see you close down when you get overwhelmed, when you're taking on too much, and the closing down is one thing, but seeing yourself as less than is another. Okay, so please, as Michael Singer says, please stop closing your heart. It's a lot easier to keep it open that way. Just that. Sorry, one thing is confusing me. Even right now, if you're still on, because I never know who just asks the question and then goes, but if you're still on, Bridget, open up your posture right now. Open up your chest right now. We can't see these things, but particularly at the back there, all sorts of ways of activating meridians that opens up the energy field. You know, we have part of our energy field actually looks like wings. That's why angels are drawn like that. And sometimes the wings get folded inwards. When they get folded inwards, the rest of the energy field gets drawn in. Our body posture goes in. We feel less than, and then that starts to spiral that way. I mean, you can work it the other way, of course, with expanding. And so there is an old expression, and you'll laugh, but I actually came across this in it was the fortune cookie. You know the fortune cookies?
Yeah.
You break them open and there's a little thing in it, and it said, but it works. It says, when self-worth increases, net worth increases. When self-worth increases, net worth increases. Okay, in terms of the better we feel about ourselves. Let's just say let's just broaden it out and talk about abundance. The better everything goes. So if it is overwhelm that draws you in, you've got to be more aware and more connected with what you're taking on. If it is men that is making you close down, then you can expand yourself to be bigger than that. This is a much longer conversation, which I don't have the time for to have, but all of what I'm saying, all of what's coming through is about self-love and self-care. When you feel yourself closing down, do what you can to open back up again. Okay. What you do is something I can do during channeling to connect with my spirit guides better. Do they have something to tell me? God, it's really warm in here. Oh, it's there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gosh. So your channeling, Amber, I'll just get the words out, and if I need to apologize for this, I will do. Your channeling is coming a little bit too much through the mind and mental body. Now, of course, it's got to a degree, doesn't it? It's got to, but ideally, it flows in and through, okay, and gets anchored here, right? So I would say to you, when you feel it come in, let it go a bit further. I feel you are jumping in when it's getting to about here, because that's when information's coming. But when it hits the heart, that's when it radiates in all directions. Then I'm looking at that, I'm seeing all aces, right? So we've got a big change that's going to happen when you do that. Let me make it simple. Let yourself take more time to anchor the energy. I feel there's some impatience there. You're trying to maybe be like someone else who channels, perhaps, and screw that. For every single one of us that channels, there are that many different ways of channeling. It's a completely unique form. The people that come and see us channel, they don't see that. They don't know what it's like. But the only way for you to channel is the way that you channel, and give it a bit more time to anchor in you before speaking, I would say. There's the actual integration of spirit and body starts way before the actual occasion, sometimes days before. So that's a longer conversation too, but hey. All right, so Scott, hello. You'd love a card to see how your direction is. Okay, let's go. Would you like to pick a card for Mr. Scott here?
Okay.
You can pick it with your left hand, because that's where your higher self. Okay, any card. Okay, and why don't you show you? Let's see what it is. Okay, tell me anything that you get about this card. Coming right there, Scott.
It's someone holding the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a staff with a crystal on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything that you think when you look at this staff and crystal?
Going somewhere.
Going somewhere. Okay, going somewhere. So, I, as your assistant, will take it from here. Right. So, this is a card that Sophia got for you. It is the Two of Wands. So there we go. There we go. I love your question. See how your direction is. I would say on point. So look at this. And just getting a little bit below the surface there, it is the Two of Wands is a reflective card. It's not just about the direction. It's not only about the direction we're going in, but how we're going in that direction. We can go fast, we can go slowly, we can rush, we can be hesitant, we can meander and still be going in the right direction. Do you understand? So the right direction, absolutely. What I like about this is the consideration I feel when I tune in here. Sophia picked up on this. Whoopsie, this staff here. Do you see how tightly he is gripping it? He is in command of what he's doing and where he's going, and he's not in a rush. That's advice I could do with taking, actually. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Geraldine. Hello, Skye. Okay. Love a card. Okay. Why don't you pick a card for Skye?
Okay.
I wouldn't try left hand.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It's how I was taught. Okay. What you got there? Lovely. Well, tell me what you get about this one.
They're having fun, dancing, having a good time.
Having a good time. Anything else you see?
No.
Okay. So Sophia picked the Four of Wands for you, Skye. With Scott just now, it was the Two of Wands. This is the Four. Okay. There we go. There we go. This is a very happy card. Absolutely. A card of coming together, card of cycles, and so on. Cycles, celebrations, being recognized, right? So here, typically, I always think about marriage, the marriage, not being married, but the actual ceremony of it, and people coming together, maybe on a singular occasion to celebrate you. And I want to offer that to you, Skye, that you are being held in supportive, high, appreciative community gaze right now. The gaze of the gaze, GAZE, of community. How you're being looked upon and supported, how you're coming together. There's more to say here as well, but this is good. This is good. The fours are a protective, come on, what's the word? Essence is the only word. It's not the word. I'm just for want of a better word. But can you see it's open? It's open. Were I to show you the Four of Pentacles, that's a very closed, that's a very enclosed energy. But this is open. So it's support. You know, you're shielded there. Can you see by the canopy? And I don't have much more to say. If we just want one card, it's good. It's good, Skye. Okay. Card. Okay, someone else asking for one card. So you're busy today. This is for Amber.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Lovely. So tell me what you get from this card.
Maybe feeling free.
And what else? I hope you're getting this, Amber.
Not really sure. Maybe.
Nope. I've lost it now. Anyway, let's just keep going here. Yeah, Amber, we got the world for you. The world, we got all the four elements there. Sophia said feeling free. Notice as well, if you can, we have an androgyny where it's half female and half male, right? So you know, it's that's the masculine and the feminine together. Sophia said free. I agree with her there. Also with the world, it is passing out of one situation into another. Okay. I think you just asked about channeling, and at the end of the day, I'm just going one question at a time. This speaks to me about the ease of moving between dimensions, and we're always moving between dimensions. A lot of the stuckness, fatigue, irritations, and so on are because we are refusing to move between dimensions. But we are a very fluid. The spirit that's in the body is very fluid. We move between dimensions. Moving between dimensions is as simple as you might think about someone who's miles away. You might be planning something which is going to happen in a couple of weeks. You might suddenly think about someone you haven't thought of for years. Okay, this is all moving between dimensions. But what happens is we go, no, I shouldn't be thinking about that. Come back. So we've taken the flow, we've gone with the flow, and then we've pulled it back. We've used our will and our force to pull it back, and that creates blockages. So this speaks to me of the ease that you have of moving between dimensions. All right, on we go. Oh, I've lost the. Gretchen. Oh my God, do you remember Gretchen? Gretchen's. I used to do so many things at Gretchen's studio. Yeah. Gretchen's wonderful. Oh, and she say, I'm looking for a new space. Are any of the spaces I've looked at good potential? Is now the time, or should I wait a bit longer? Okay. Lovely question. Okay, so places good potential. one, possibly two of where you've looked, Gretchen, are potentials. Now is actually a good time. I'm not saying jump on it. This isn't like hard and fast. I feel something's coming. I do feel something's coming. Okay, but now is a good enough time. I feel in terms of people wanting to come, in terms of spaces being available, in terms of you being ready as well. I think that's what's leading it. You're ready. You're ready. So one or two of the places, not all of them, one or two of the places you've seen seem good potentials. And you can wait. Please hear me on that. You can wait. You're ready. You're ready. You don't have to leap on this. You can, but you don't have to. All right. So you just know that you are in a big window right now. Not being pushed or rushed or anything like that. Okay. Oopsie, I didn't mean to do that. Carolyn, starting a new work venture, feel relief in doing so. Wonder if it's the right decision. Okay. Oops, they're all stuck together. Look. I'm shuffling them to clear the energy out of the readings I've just done. Okay, here we go. All right, Carolyn. Yes, yes, I do. I very much feel you've made the right decision. I see. You said relief. I feel a little more hesitation than you're letting on there. But I just want to say you're totally holding your own. Even if there's been a little bit of squabbling around you at the moment. But I do see that it absolutely is the right decision that you have made there. Good cards, right? Good cards. All right. I am at time, everyone. Just want to first of all, just share again, just quickly, that I am taking a group to Mount Ida in September. That's the first retreat I've ever given in this country, and I'm actually been teaching some tools and tips and metaphysical principles that I've acquired and learned and whatever in the last 9 years or so. There are a lot about the book that I'm writing, but I want to give them in a retreat. So we'll be channeling, we're doing some sound healing, some activation. We will be doing some crystal mining as well. It's the lovely way to blend the physical with the elemental. Food is included, accommodations included. It's four nights in September. All the information is on my website. There's a button at the top saying retreat, and I'm putting it out tomorrow. So go take a look if you wish. Any of you that are still on right now, I would just like you to take a breath with me, please. Take a breath with me. I always just finish these by saying a prayer, and you've all probably seen the news today. Tough things going on out there. But what matters the most is that we find your presence so that you can help. You can't help when you join in at the level of tragedy. You help when you connect first and then connect. When you connect with yourself first, and then you meet it, right? Then you can meet at the energy of support. So we just take a breath together. We say prayer first and foremost of love, not of worry, but of love. The prayer of love that brings solution, brings healing, brings support, brings changes. And we say a prayer of love for you, each of you. We say a prayer of love for your families and for everything that's important to you. Say a prayer of health, of clarity, of abundance, and anything and all that you need to be who you are. Would you like to say anything?
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. I just asked if you'd like to. Well, we are going to say good night. I do this every 2 weeks. I think I'm in England in 2 weeks, so I may have to wait till the following. But to all of you who stayed with me, thank you. Do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I wish you a great evening and rest of the week, and see you soon.